Hey, what's up, everybody? It's that guy Skimpy, and this is Tackle Talk with Skimp, where I'm going to be interviewing a bunch of different bait makers, whether they pour jigs or pour plastics or make swim baits or airbrush or modify molds or even making molds. Anything that has to do with bait making and tackle, I want to talk about it. So let's go. Oh my God! Look at it. Dinko mold. This is the 5-inch one. All right, we're going to jump right into it. Question number one is, what is your name and where are you from?
My name is Dan Bavery. Let's see, where am I from? California, Central California is where I grew up. I guess LA originally, but Central California is where I grew up. I lived all over, so I was in the military, the Navy for a bit. So I've lived in a few different places. But current California growing up, a bunch in Seattle and area, and then now down here in Houston.
All right. So, I mean, you said Seattle, so are you a Mariners fan?
No, Dodgers, man. Dodgers. I'll say if I have to choose a second, I'm choosing Mariners because
Okay.
Ken Griffey Jr. and Ichiro and stuff. So if I had to choose a second, it'd be the Mariners.
Okay, I'll allow it. All right. Question number two is, where can we find you? Like, what social media platforms? What's your website?
Just Magnum Baits on Facebook and Instagram. That's really the only thing I do. There is a YouTube, but I don't really do much on there. Maybe at some point.
Yeah.
If I ever have time. And then magnumbaits.com is the website for my personal website. That's pretty quick on that. That's pretty it.
Okay.
Pretty much it, not a lot.
All right.
I'm too busy to be on everything.
No, I
got enough time.
I feel you, man. Okay, so question number three is, how long have you been fishing?
Probably 40 years, 38 to 40 years, something like that.
Nice.
I remember early, just what my parents told me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Camping in, super young, middle of nowhere, whatever. We always go camping a lot growing up, but I don't really remember the early ones. I just hear stories about it. So yeah, probably somewhere close to 40.
Awesome.
Something like that.
All right. So question number four is, would you rather fish for smallmouth or largemouth bass?
Largemouth, for sure. Yeah, I mess with those. I mess with those brown ones a little bit up there in Seattle area, but not a ton because I don't know. I'm not good at them. I'm not. I can catch a pre-spawn. Beyond that, I ain't catching smallmouth. I don't know what it is, but I just can't do it. I'm not good at it at all.
You don't like fishing deep?
No, it sucks. Which is kind of what it is here in Texas, is fishing deep, maybe for largies. You know what I mean?
Right.
But a lot at least right now anyway. But yeah, largemouth for sure. That's what I grew up fishing. So it's just, I guess, kind of what it is.
All right.
I don't scoff at smallmouth. I don't scoff at them or anything, but I'm just not going to target them if
there's
largies around.
All right. So bonus question is, what is your PB?
Smallie, like 5.5 or something like that.
It's a good smallie.
I haven't caught a ton of them, but I've never caught like a whole lot of small ones. They've always been in that like 3 to that 5 range. Most of my caught for whatever reason. Largemouth, somewhere in the 8s.
Nice.
We grew up fishing Central California. It was a trophy bass lake. So we never had a scale or anything growing up. I don't know if I've caught anything bigger than what I've officially weighed, 8 and some change, whatever it was. I've definitely farmed a lot of bigger ones. I got bad luck with the big ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, in some 8s and stuff like that. Yeah, nothing crazy.
Awesome, man. An 8-pound bass is it's a pretty dang big bass, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not upset about it. Yeah. I don't know, whatever it is, I've caught a lot in that like 5 to 7 pound range.
Yeah.
Above that, I don't know. I just got issues, man. I don't know what it is. Something about it. Got the bad luck.
All right. Question number 5 is, what started you making your own baits?
The necessity for follow-up, a proper follow-up bait for swim bait followers. It was a necessity for that. So I was up there in Seattle area, north of Seattle. Marysville is where I used to live at. But yeah, so we throw all the swim baits out there and all that stuff. We're talking like 2006, 7, 8,
Yeah.
round about there during that whole time. And we just get tons of followers to the boat. We couldn't get them in the boat. We could just get them to follow. So we needed something that would stay in the water column pretty, not staying too fast, but not float either. Something in between, decently fast. So we came up with a 10-inch, say Senko, essentially stick bait. Yeah, but it was strictly for a follow-up bait. It's to say it stays in the water column a little bit longer. We know where the fish live at, and that's roughly the same size as like a HUD or something like that.
Right.
They're following something about that, but something's not just right. So maybe a different profile, but the same size type situation. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That was so it was built out of necessity, and then it just kind of went from there.
Yeah. All right. So what is your favorite bait to make? And kind of a bonus question is, what's your favorite color to make?
My favorite bait is probably the one that started it all, the 10-inch mag stick. It was called something different back then, but probably that one because I used to do everything by hands, and I could hand pour like just beautiful colors and this and that. Everything's injected nowadays, for more mass production type stuff. Same quality, of course, and all that kind of stuff. It kind of lined up really well when we went over to injection. But I like doing that. And then you said favorite color?
Yeah.
Probably poison. But yeah.
Okay.
That's my favorite in pretty much everything. That color is it's so good anywhere. Everywhere I send it to all over the country, everyone's always like, yeah, that's the one, for whatever reason. It's dope.
Not Lunchbox?
Lunchbox is dope.
I love the Lunchbox color, man. That in the Lunchbox in the tube, forget about it, man. That's it.
It's dope. It really is dope. And what's almost just as dope is the name of it. I don't know what it is. Lunchbox is
facts.
It's a good name. Yeah, but medium rare is actually a really good one too in the craws, which I don't have a craw right now. There's another one coming out soon. I can show you at the end here, whenever. But medium rare is done really well too.
I'm not remembering medium rare color. What does that look like?
It's basically the top. It's a 2-color laminate. The top is essentially black with red flake, and then the bottom is red with like red highlights and a little bit of red flake. Essentially, so it looks like you cut into a medium rare steak, outside's burnt, kind of like that.
Perfect name too. Okay, on the opposite side is what baits do you hate to make, and what colors do you hate to make?
Baits that I hate to make are prototypes because I always have issues with venting and all that stuff initially.
Okay,
that kind of thing. So I would say anything that's a prototype that's not super simple, like a stick bait. So craws initially, I need proper venting and stuff like that. And you don't always get that in the prototyping phase necessarily.
Right.
So those I would say. And for colors, actually, even though I said medium rare prior, probably medium rare. Or any reds, because reds bleed.
Exactly.
So you can't store them with another color, all that kind of stuff. They bleed and they ruin everything else. And even in the bag, eventually they'll start bleeding into the bag a little bit with pearls and stuff. So probably just reds in general, although I like them because of that. Kind of sucks.
No, that makes sense. Okay, we're going to go question number 8 is what is some good advice to anybody who's wants to start making their own baits?
Ooh. Definitely buy one of the cheaper. By cheap, I don't mean quality cheap, but monetarily cheap. One of the kits that you can get from, I think, like probably Do It has one, and all the several companies out there that sell raw plastic. They're going to have some form, or mold makers. They're going to have some form of like starter kit.
Yeah.
And so you can get that, $150 or whatever it is. I haven't looked a little bit, but something like that, to make sure it's something that you want to do. Like 99% of the time, it becomes an addiction. Super easy because it's super dope.
Yes.
And the moment you catch your first fish on something you made, it's game over.
Yep.
But if you don't got the cash money for it, then something like a starter kit just to make sure you're good to go. You got the proper ventilation, blah blah blah, all that kind of stuff that people don't think about. You can buy the equipment, but like ventilation, your space. You don't use your microwave in the kitchen.
No.
You gotta have a dip, put it in the garage. You know what I mean? Like, so that kind of stuff. And then if you're trying to start a business, just get the starter kit just to get the thing just to get like a hang of it, maybe a gallon of plastic, just to get the hang of it.
Yeah.
Anybody can make a green pumpkin. That doesn't mean everybody can make a green pumpkin really well.
Okay.
So practice a lot. Initially, you're going to lose a lot of money. Expect it. And yeah, pay your taxes. 10% federal excise tax, man.
Yeah.
Pay your taxes. I just did mine today.
Okay.
Last quarter. So yeah, I'd say that. And then expect that unless you have custom designs, to sales to be pretty slow, because everybody can buy a Senko mold.
Exactly.
You got to be able to do it right and consistent and all that kind of stuff.
Agreed.
Yeah.
All right. Question number 9. Is there anything special or new that you're working on? And can we see some of those baits?
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so I brought a couple out. Right now, the most current one that's going to come out here soon, the molds are in progress, is the punch beef. So just a quick backstory, I have 2 other ones, beef craw and baby beef craw.
Right.
I'm going through some crowd, can't sell them right now. A fair amount of people know about it. It has to do with the rage tail patent, so to speak. So anyway, so this is a replacement for now. Well, it's always going to be there, no matter what, but this is going to be the craw in the lineup for now. This is the punch beef. Haven't really shown it much, probably terrible lighting, but this was the majority of the testing on this bait was either myself down here in Texas in the Houston area or up there in Washington. And the 3 primary dudes for design on this, other than myself kind of collaborating with the 3, is, Tag up there.
Yep, that's my boy.
Of course, Ron Hobbs up there.
Yep. Ron, I know Ron too.
Of course, and then Jordan up there.
Yep.
Of course, Jordan Doucette. All 3 are hammers, obviously. So, but that's this guy here. Haven't really showed it too much yet because there's been working through mold issues and venting issues and stuff like that. But essentially, what's going on here is it's kind of like the beef craw, claw-wise. Beef craw, claw-wise. The body's a little bit different, and it's built for a kind of specific purpose. It does multiple things really well, but flipping and punching, hence punch beef. It's got this little nub on the end to help with lining up the hook properly. I know it's hard to see on the thing, but
I can kind of see it. Yeah,
in your hand, you'll know.
Yeah.
There's a nub back here, and that's kind of where the hook sits. It's ribbed in a certain way, so it has good flex. So you got a good hookup ratio and things like that. And a lot of people like ribs and stuff, so we just kind of went with the general rib across the top. Just little aspects like that. There's a couple more fine details that kind of make it a little bit easier to use. Let's say it's not just round; it's got a proper shape for punching. It does badass for a buzzbait trailer.
Ooh.
I think the first fish I caught on it was like a 5.5 on a buzzbait, a buzzbait trailer, and it was just super dope. There's a line on the bottom so you can line up the hook properly to where you want it on the top. Just little things like that we kind of just built in. But that's punch beef. The molds are in progress. I'm hoping in the next month or so I'll have a limited run to start putting out there.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm a buzzbait guy, so I need to try that. So
yeah, I thought it was pretty dope. And then one other one that I have with me right now, and I haven't shown this at all, and it just looks like a normal stick bait. The working name right now is the Brodozer. It's basically a 5-inch fat Senko essentially, but it's got a different detail to it on the bottom, and it's a gigantic hook slot.
Oh, awesome.
It looks like a hook slot. That's not necessarily the purpose at all. But there's a different purpose behind it, and it has to do with water deflection. But essentially what I'm trying to do with this one is because the hook slot goes from one side all the way to the other, but you have material on the end, so solid on the ends.
Yeah.
If you're Texas rigging it weightless, which is my favorite so far,
yep,
this side gets torn up, flip her around, and you got yourself a fresh one. You know what I mean? So because durability and the way this thing is built is going to be difficult, especially with the high level of salt content in it, that's kind of why I went with that hook slot all the way across so you can flip it around. The other thing I kind of mentioned was like water displacement. So the other thought behind this is it's not going to move like a Senko. That's not the purpose of it.
Okay.
The purpose of it is to have this hook slot down to displace water, push water in weird directions. So it's kind of like one of those poop baits, so to speak.
Right.
So it's fat, right?
Yeah.
It's super heavy. It's fat, and it's going to have a different type of erratic motion, like one of the poop bait does. The poop baits do. That's kind of the thought behind it, but it doesn't look like a turd. It looks like a Senko.
Right.
So it's kind of a mix of a Senko and a poop bait.
It's a hybrid,
so to speak. Yeah. So that's kind of what it's done super well. It's done so well already. It's already won money up there, actually. Up there in Washington. Yeah. But yeah, so as of there's other baits, but I don't have anything to show physically. So that's kind of it. But there's other things in the works, like a long worm with a big old nice curl tail on it, not a ribbon tail, but like a sea tail type thing.
Nice.
A 7-inch Senko to fill that gap. A strolling bait, another huge craw bait, probably the punch beef's like 4 inches, right, or so. So we're gonna do like a 6 1/4, 6-inch version of it. It'll be slightly different, but that'll be out. I just don't have that to show you. I think that's kind of it at the moment. There's always 1,000 things to do, new baits to design and bring to life, which a lot of them have been testing for a while, like a buzz frog.
Yep.
That's incredibly difficult to make. But yeah, that's kind of it as far as what's going to be coming out in the near future. Oh, and a 13-inch worm. But the 13-inch worm is not going to be like this is the original 10-inch, right?
Yep.
It's not going to be as fat as this. It's going to be skinnier, a little different design concepts on it. Nothing too crazy, not like groundbreaking. Just a nice worm that's going to be really dope for neko rigging, and it's going to be about 13 inches.
Awesome. Well, I forgot I have a pack of lunch baits right here, or lunch baits, lunch box.
Lunch baits.
So I make my own baits. I make my own tubes. I don't need to make them if I can have this one. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I mean, I don't want to give out too much secrets, but like potholes, I'm telling you.
Yeah. Is that it?
Money.
Nice.
And
that color's great, man. I love that color.
I'm pretty sure Tag gave me that idea. I was doing a tournament in potholes. He was like, "Hey, man, get that lunch box." I was like, "All right."
Yeah.
So
yeah.
All right. I only have one more question for you. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I'll say I like the tubes the way we do them. So I've always liked tubes.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot of people throw them anymore. It's like the old fogies or something like that throw them. The older dudes, not a lot of people do them, but I've always hated the thin walls.
Okay.
Nose. So that's why I made it with a solid nose.
It's definitely a solid.
Yeah, because I like flipping them.
That's
what I like doing. That's my bag. So that's why we made them like that.
So, unpopular opinion, I actually drop shot those.
Oh yeah, nothing wrong with that, man.
I do.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I'll bust it out. I'll bust it out while we're drop shotting, and someone's like, "You're drop shotting a tube?" I was like, "Yes, especially these ones." So.
And it worked. Huh?
Nice. Yes, it works. Yes, it works. Nice. I only have one more question for you. Okay. It's question number 10 is, if you can fish with anyone dead or alive, who would it be?
Oh, man, I'm pretty simple on that. Probably just my dad.
Yep.
Probably just my dad. Any of my friends, I'm not like a name guy. If I had to drop a big name, it'd be like Kobe Bryant.
Oh, the GOAT? The GOAT?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if he fishes or ever did. I have no clue, but probably him.
Okay.
Yeah. If you're not to throw a name, otherwise, I just like fishing with whoever's fun to fish with.
Yeah, I'm with it.
I'm not too picky.
Yeah. Well, that's all the questions I have. You have anything you want to add, or you got any shout outs or anything?
Man, I always got shout outs. As far as adding anything, not necessarily. Just trying to think of what else I'm missing. You know what I mean? If there's something that I can show, but it's not really anything. There's going to be a new purple craw color, and the worms are coming out, but that's going to be probably specifically for Dark Horse Tackle coming up. They made a big fat order of those for their website, their subscription box. So shout out to them, Dark Horse, because they're helping out with a lot of stuff as well. But yeah, as far as shout outs, man, of course, there's always like my mom, right? Because she does a lot of the packaging for everything, putting the baits in the bags, essentially. Kyle and Jeff, who are my production guys, one's up in Wisconsin, the other one's in Missouri. Wisconsin and Missouri, they make the baits for me now because I got a normal job. I got kids.
Oh yeah.
I don't have time to make everything. They do production stuff on the side. So and then Kyle up in Wisconsin, he does the molding and everything for me, CAD design, all that kind of stuff.
Awesome.
So definitely to those guys, and of course all the to my wife and kids, they're out there right now letting me do this. And then especially all the dudes, especially if they're in Washington, but there's a lot of them. But the Tag, Ron, Jordan, Nick, Ryan, et cetera, there's a ton of them. Adrian. Down here in Texas, we got Mike Clements, BJ, excuse me, Ben Green Insurance, him, he's been good about stuff and helped spreading the word over there. So
Awesome.
on the beef craw, he bought a pack of those, ended up getting his personal best 10-pounder and the win on a tournament.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know if it was his first time throwing the beef craw, but it might have been. So, thanks to him for putting stuff out there and helping out and stuff like that. But anybody else that's on pro staff, like Andy up there, all the dudes down here in the South that we just picked up, a few guys to the Midwest, Chip and Jay and stuff. Yeah, all those shout out guys, or shout out to all those guys. But yeah, that's kind of it right now. Thanks, Tackle Warehouse. You're always giving me an order.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Well, I actually have a big shout out to you because, as you know, me and my buddy Dez, we do that tackle swap every year, and tags there and everybody.
Yeah.
And I always appreciate when you throw us some baits to use for the raffle, man. It's always awesome.
Absolutely, always willing. Yeah, just hit me up whenever it's gonna happen. I can throw some stuff in, no problem at all, man.
For sure, and
absolutely appreciate it. And Dez has been a customer too, so thank you, man.
Yeah. Well, all right, man. That's the show. Hopefully you had a good time. Everybody watching,
Absolutely,
hopefully you
man.
liked the show. All right. Cut. Oh my God! Vinco mode. This is the